to check out what's happening on the entertainment front, and IB joins me in the studio with all the details. So, what's happening in entertainment?
Okay, so the youngest kid of the legendary fella Kuti has been telling people to stop comparing Wizkid to Fela, his father, because what Wizkid represents has nothing to do with the father. But let's come back to GH and start from GH before we get to Nigeria. Well, Ghanaian Dancehall Act episode sometime said he wants to leave Ghana and go and base in Zimbabwe to do dancehall music because he believes that dancehall and reggae is big in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Guess what?
Remind me who episode is again.
Episode is a Ghanaian Dancehall Act.
I mean, what's his hit?
His hit is Avatar. I don't know if you heard that song.
Okay. Not quite a dancehall aficionado, but
the Avatar was a great hit when he first did it in 2014. Okay. Yes, that was when he first came out with it, and he's remarkable when he's on stage. His stagecraft is just on point. Well, it was at the stadium concert organized by Musica that he said that, and he left Ghana for some time. He has not been seen, but I chanced on him this afternoon. And in interaction, I asked him why Zimbabwe, and comparing the two music industry, which one is better, because he has experienced the music industry here and the music industry in Zimbabwe. And this is what he had to say.
I think as much as they are that small, like the industry started not long ago professionally, they have right measures. This is a country where even underground artists, who is not even a C-list artist, is being billed for a show, and he's paid at least $1,500.
$1,500 for underground artists.
Underground artists who, like underground artists, and then the A-list artists. You can imagine how much they're taking, and even the underground artist is forced to play live band. You can be billed without playing live, unless maybe the event, where the event is happening, there is no live or anything. But then you'll be forced. It should be in the itinerary that you're playing live band. This is an industry where you enter a studio and you're working with an artist, and before the song is done with the recording, not even mixing or mastering, before the song is done, there's a split sheet where you know how much you're getting, how much royalties, how much wherever your money has to be paid to. When it's played on radio, you know how much you're getting on TV. So I think these are some of the differences, and they actually have, I don't know how to put it, but as much as they are young, they have all these measures and structures in place. It is much easier than Ghana to get your video played on trace from that side. But here artists will be fighting even to get their videos on Foresight or where. You understand? Which I think if we should respect all these kind of things and then put right measures in place, we can also be respected.
So that was episode saying that yes, the industry in Zimbabwe has structures and measures well in place, and that is one thing that Ghana we don't seem to have. But it's a working process though. Well, I also wanted to find out how big a deal entertainment is in Zimbabwe, and he told me that it's a really big deal.
It is much of that big deal that one of the artists, his name is Ja Preza, has endorsement from the military. So like Ghana military endorses episode, I am the ambassador for, or I'm the face of the military, where everywhere I go I need to look like them. I'm getting paid like whatever pay the highest rank is getting, that's what I'm getting. Wherever the military is going, I need to go, and with his band. But is it even possible to get an endorsement from Ghana Police? And that is entertainment there.
Is that the reason why you want to go back there? And
yeah, as much as success, as much as moving forward is involved, I think every artist would want to do that. Because if I'm here and I'm on step A, and knowing very well that when I go outside, it will move to step B, then I need to go.
We hate gun, but we on track. I know fat Joe, so we not go lean back. Tell them, say them nah go see.
Well, that was episode.
It was interesting that the military is endorsing him. Quite interesting.
No, it's not endorsing him. Like, he's endorsing their biggest act in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Not him.
Okay.
But saying military endorses episode was an example.
Okay.
Yes, it was
okay.
giving.
I see. And he's saying that in Ghana here, maybe the Ghana police should be in. I see. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, let me take you back a bit. What was your favorite TV commercial growing up?
There was this Nails advert.
That were packed.
Exactly, that's the one.
Okay, so today is Throwback Thursday, so we decided to throw back a bit on some of your favorite commercials growing up. And this is a report that has been put together by my colleague, Daniela Eduasari.
Medofopa. If you be brave, I'm sure we.
Over the years, we've been advertised to and educated through fun and interesting commercials. Key Soap preached its everlastingness with endless love of an elderly couple.
Key Soap, the best tradition goes on.
Mommy,
Zingaro Productions taught children to beware of traps of drug abuse through this animation.
We go gay social.
Obviously, insecticide sprays were not as popular as the magic insecticide chalk did all the magic on insects.
Magic chalk.
How about this latex foam advert? If you needed to get rid of any bodily pains whatsoever or cold, Rob was the thing to get.
Rapid relief from the harsh pains of rheumatism.
And when the Bank of Ghana decided to change the country's currency, this is how the nation was educated. Finally, when Nescafe decided to bring all the music stars together in one commercial, this is what we got. Well, hopefully, in some decades to come, generations will reminisce on today's commercials and smile in appreciation and nostalgia.
Of all the commercials that were played, my favorite was Key Soap.
The Key Soap one,
the Key Soap one.
That is iconic, really iconic.
With Kofi Middleton, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Now let's go over to Nigeria, where the youngest son of the legendary fella Alukuti has been talking about not comparing what Wizkid represents, which has nothing to do with his father, to his father. He says that music is not like football where you can compare two footballers, but this is a creative job, so he doesn't believe that two musicians should be compared.
He's doing his own thing. He likes Fela's music, but I don't think what Wizkid represents has anything to do with what my father represents as well. I think there are different artists who represent different ideology entirely, But every artist is inspired by my dad, as a musician, if you are into music, you hear Fela's music, Fela's music is inspirational. But to say Fela and Wizkid are doing the same thing makes no sense. Music is not sports, we are not athletes, we're artists. We don't compare statistics, numbers, and especially you don't compare music. Like music, just play, enjoy, and then let it go. And if it's not your taste, then don't indulge. I'm not in the business of comparing music or things like that, That's why I don't lobby for awards too, because it just makes us like we are competing against each other. While art is big enough and art is so wide, it's so wide and malleable and can be anything, and nobody should judge anybody's art. That's why I don't respect critics as well, because you are not in a position to judge anybody's art.
So that was the youngest son of the legendary Fela Kuti.
There's a striking resemblance to him.
Especially when he's in his element on stage. I was watching, I was like, wow, Fela. Then later I got to know that no, that wasn't Fela, that was the son.
Right.
Yeah, an impeccable resemblance.
It does. Well, thank you very much, IB, for entertainment sport.